Blog Talk Radio.
I took to text you, but I just can't relax. I count the seconds till I get something back. I check your Facebook, your status is attached. Can we update it so I know where we're at? You got me tripping on my words when I'm talking to you. You got me dipping on my glass when I'm trying to be cool. My breath is getting shorter, got me treading water. I just can't ignore you. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Oh, 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 I saw your number, but I can read it back. Replay your voicemail and crazy stuff like that. This self-perception is not the way I act. I'm taking pictures, the father on my Mac. You got me tripping on my words when I'm talking to you. You got me sipping on my glass when I'm trying to be cool. My breath is getting shorter, got me treading water. I just can't ignore you. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Oh, 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 Gotten into something I don't understand. Trying to move my feet, but I'm in quicksand. Now I'm in deep and it's out of my hands. Is this what they mean when they say you're in love, 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 love? Say you're in love, 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 love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love.
We don't have much to say about it, no we don't, know it all, how we do it now, you already know. And we live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go now. Oh, you can try,
Trophy, New York, there's no runners up. QBs, they don't wanna see OZ and Tuck. Cuba Nuka blindside him, it's a 4-man rush. Yeah, Paul, make them cough it up. Can't see on the sack. So many rappers on defense, ready to snap. Giants push the limit on that. We got Eli, man in the offense, 1, hand off to Bradshaw, it's the first down run. The play action, the cruiser next, choose your pick. 6 in the end zone, times in on the kick.
You never think, just do it. Trust in your tricks, make sense, just do it. Right to the end zone, quick, just do it. Trying to get a W, so let's just do it.
That's right, Super Bowl 46, the New York Giants. The championship is here. The wait is over. That's what the name of this song is. We got it just for you. Just for you. Hi. Let's do it. Featuring Nell. Produced by Boom Legend. Executive Crew. Let's do it. This is the track to say. Soul Anthem. Just do it. New York Giants. Right here. All just tonight. 6 p.m. Top Pop is Super aka Miss Confier is close here. I know people I was like, I don't know. I got my start in radio
it's all chemistry. And I deserve it. Super Bowl next on the checklist, they earned it.
That's all.
7 postseason undefeated, and winner Indianapolis capped off the season. All the hard work on the field for a reason. When the spotlight got the losing team moving. Through all the injuries, mishaps, even the losses. The focus of the team channel through time causeless. Turn around awesome. Drive determination is no explanation how the Giants elevated. And after coin toss, call it head to tail. It doesn't matter when you focus, it ain't hard to tell. New York, it's the city of dreams. Giants bringing home the trophy and the Super Bowl ring.
My friend, my confidant, he makes sure that I'm laced with all of the right tracks at all the right times. Again, once again, that's yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay,
get this ring, bring that trophy home. Yo, pump your fist in the air if you're NYC Giants, conference champions, NFC and science. It's all chemistry. G-men deserve it. Super Bowl next on the checklist, they earned it. 9-7 for the season undefeated. The winner Indianapolis caps off the season. All the hard work on the field for a reason. When the spotlight got the losing team leaving. Through all the injuries, mishaps, even the losses. The focus of a team channel through time crosses. Turn around awesome. Proud determination is no explanation how the Giants elevated. And after coin toss called it, as it says, it doesn't matter when you focus, it ain't for hard to tell. New York, New York, yes, the city of dreams. Giants bringing home the trophy and the Super Bowl ring.
You'll never think it's just do it. Trust in your feet, make sense, just do it. Fight to the end, don't quit, just do it. Trying to get a W, so let's just do it. Yeah, yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay-yo. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay-yo. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo.
Grind music, bitch. Come on, come on, come on. Put the butter on it.
Yeah, Don Colito, flying out of Tito. The further I get, the ground looks more mosquito. Dutch burning, other hand, big mojito. I don't mean Dorito when I say,
Put the butter on it.
yeah, you ain't really all around all that stuff. The coke, the crack, the gun, turn about enough. They said, yo, Donnie, you gon' really sound with Puff? I said, I love too long and city.
Put the butter on it.
Why? I'm the LOX cheater, tattooed up in a white beater. Aston Vanquish parked at the meter. I forgot the feeder, better go.
Put the butter on it.
Yeah, now they all love the Don G. I'm on BT more than Leprechaun 3. They say I'm on fire, it don't hurt when I be. I don't land way, only y'all.
Put the butter on it.
Yeah, put the guap on they soldier. No, I'm not a pushover. Boy, pop like the top of a soda. Don't nobody do this thing better. I'm made amongst my French cheddar. You know who's the winner.
You know what they did.
You gon' be a trainer winner. Please empty me. I'll be up a few calls. One of my other fools like to the W lobby. I live like I'm hugging a party. I'm in shit. You a son, cause I got your mommy on my hip and a tongue. Don't make the Miyagi on my hip. She gon' home and probably give you a kiss. What's the video y'all dudes is losers? I'm like, wow. Y'all can be the future. I'll be right now. As long as you want, better with the ball. Come on, come on.
6 to 8 p.m.
Been whacked, so that ain't one of my issues. Get my bread and take care of my business. As soon as I open the brick, you can see the crystals. As soon as the pick come in, you get the trust me, it's imported. Shoot it or snort it. Oxy's the Lord is the prophet is gorgeous.
Right here, right now, you know one of my favorite rappers, that's in the background.
Trying to be a diamond in this game, I've been one. Killing niggas with the flow, H1N1. Get a buck 50 quick to thin one. Rap, I had a drug dealer's income. Master Jason, guard on the rocks with splash of Satan. Stacks right here with the ratchet waiting. Since you hating, name the place and the dating.
Never trust niggas no further than I can throw 'em. Blown with the razor and the doctor can't sew 'em. Said I was the hardest out, now I gotta show 'em. Cocksucker doubted me, I own 'em. You could be that dude in cement shoes or the next soft nigga on this evening's news. Rap beef, street beef, freeze through cruise. Handguns, machine guns, I don't even need guns. Play me like I'm popping shit. End up with a hawk in your esophagus. Hardest nigga to walk in the metropolis. Genocide mixed with apocalypse. Kill niggas real easy, dog. Ghost in the flesh, fuck a Ouija board. Drop top beamer with the BBs on.
Shout out
Gun
to
in
all
face,
my
nice
New
soon
York rappers.
BBs,
Shout out
dog.
to all my New York family. You know how we do it right here, right here. We're giving a shout out.
How to get out of bed each and every day.
All of our New York stand up. New York Giants, the Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl 46. You know we were here at the studio doing it all. You know we were
They want me to quit, so I work so hard. Get off of my homie, that's my job. I ain't got no time to play no game. Baby, it's showtime, they call my name. Don't know about you, chump, but I'm gon' win. Don't get your old crew punk, cause I go in. You're witnessing greatness.
How to get out of bed each and every day. I gotta hustle at a job that I really hate. I gotta dream of a much, much better way. Never gonna give up.
Never give up.
I can't hear all the negative you got to say. I got my plan and now I'm gonna make a way. Take to the best top way, there's a fire way. I did it by myself with no help along the way.
They want me to quit, so I work so hard. Get off of my homie, this my job. I ain't got no time to play no game. Baby, it's showtime, they call my name. Don't know about
about you, chump, but I'm gon' win. Don't get your old crew punk, cause I go in. You're witnessing greatness, embrace this, girl. Don't let me waste this, come taste this, girl. I come from the project, so yes, I'm hood. But I ain't gon' smack y'all unless I should. So stay on my way, boy, and it's all good. I'm doing it, playboy, I wish y'all would. Some try to stop me, oh no, not now. I'm feeling like Rocky, I won't go down. I'm headed right to the top, whether you like it or not. Haters would like me to stop. It's so
I've gotten out of bed each and every day. I gotta hustle at a job that I really hate. I got a dream of a much, much better way. Never ever gonna give up.
never give up.
I can't hear all the negative you got to say. I got my plan and now I'm gonna make a way. This way that the byway. I did it by myself with no help along the way.
I'ma never give up. I ain't you all, like a really good nut. I came too far, can't settle for less. I'm the best, hands down. Put me to the test, EMS man down. You think it's a joke, but my ass don't laugh. I came up broke, I ain't have no cash, so I ain't the one for all the nonsense. Why? Don't have me killing you on my conscience. Why? I know it get tough, but I will survive. The road is rough, but I got 4-wheel drive. I am a hustler, my time is close. You just a buster, go find some gold. Your face look angry, that makes me proud. So now don't wait, please just hate me now. I'm just paying my dues, I'm steady making my moves. I know y'all praying I lose it, so
It's hard coming from the bottom. So hard to push it to the top. But there's no going back now. Don't quit, don't give up, don't give up, no. It's hard coming from the bottom. So hard to push it to the top. But there's no going back now. Don't quit, don't give up, no.
every day when I wake up, I thank that man. I don't complain, nope, I play my hand. Pray on my downfall, no that won't work. No, you flow like a ground ball, man, y'all so dirt. I'm so monstrous with this brain. Oh, so awesome, this fearless flame. I'm no narcissist, but I'm so fly. I should go on Mars and just tell y'all bye. I'm working so hard. So with that said, I get right on my job. When I leave this bed, I'm watching my carbs, but I need this bread. I wanna be large, like my pit bull's head, so I won't let up like constant rain. Fam, y'all just suck, constant brain. Homie, your flow is too frail, but so with Joel, I know you want me to fail it, so
it's hard coming from the bottom. So hard to push it to the top, but there's no going back now. Don't quit, don't give up, no. It's hard coming from the bottom. So hard to push it to the top, but there's no going back now. Don't quit, don't give up, no.
Yeah.
Stop. Bitch, you know the jam. Yeah. Ram-ba-ba-bum, ram-ba-ba-bum, ram-ba-ba-bum. Stop, get it. Ram-ba-ba-bum, ram-ba-ba-bum. Another man down. Yo, I let the fifth speak. Turn it and miss me. Correct. Another man down. Keep thinking sweet. I send your ass up street. Correct. Another man down. You know the sound. Another man down. Correct. Another man down. You know the sound. Another man down. Correct. Another man down. Now they gonna stop him. Y'all gonna have to pop him. We good God gangle. We MOP mop him. Whoever got a problem, doing your medulla oblongata from top to bottom. 50, what we provide them? A shot to the head, a hospital bed. You said that you blind, so that's what y'all said. You wanna be clipped, and here's a shot to your leg. Then go and lift your punk ass, the batter head bread. They call me Sly, I'm not the legal type of fella. I'm from New York and play with more hawks than Mike Patella. My H-Town is getting it, I can tell you. They riding around, they putting their hands on that mozzarella. Fella, I'm like the rap Lupinella. The rhyming and the timing just never quite glued together. I try to save the hood, but can ask whatever. Y'all wanna get on some streets? My pleasure. Yo, I let the fifth speak. Turn it and miss me. Correct. Another man down. Keep thinking sweet. I send your ass up street. Correct. Another man down. You know the sound. Another man down. Correct. Another man down. You know the sound. Another man down. Correct. Another man down. Rum-pa-pa-pum, rum-pa-pa-pum. We don't with that hip hop and bubble gum.
The slums I'm from, they all troublesome. They say they wanna get at me, but they don't wanna come to the jungle where the lions and bears are vying for theirs. It's hard to get out, we've been trying for years. I ain't prepared to die in the chair, but if I have to, I have to. It's factual, I am aware. Better recognize who I am. I'm telling you, I'm a shooter, then it's true. You ain't a shotter or a rider, just a Tupac fan. Real gangster is something that you not, man. I've been doing this since 9-1. Rappers say that I'm frontin', go ahead and find one. And I'ma show him my rap sheet as long as it's rap book. Give him that look, then he's done. Yo, I let the fifth speak, turn it and miss me. Around another man down, keep thinking sweet. I send your ass up the street. Around another man down, you know the sound. Another man down, around another man down, you know the sound. Another man down, around another man down.
Shout out to everyone out there. You know we've been doing a half hour of non-stop New York artists because we are just amp. We're going to give shout outs in just a minute. Here it is with the Terror Squad.
Battles on deck, blowing haze out the chest. DJ Chris John. Yo, Chris John, you ready? Okay, I never had shit, including the fly whip. Cop me a chain, including the fly whip. Moving through the city in some continental shit. With diamonds in the wrist, you can see it through the skin. I be cool and I admit, like I'm coming through the vent. Smell a YSL shit, check my clientele list. Hop up out the phantom with some chick named Diana, born and raised up out Atlanta. Let me hear her on camera, but that's another note. Rose gold, rollie on, stack cheese, provolone, fly nigga, carry on high. Really in this shit, boy, that's me. You other boys just puff like Gretzky. Tell a way to bring the bottles like Pronto, and I'll be ballin' till the morning like Alonzo. Mi amo, meet me at the condo. Thinking what I'm thinking, the combo. Staring like we goldfish. Cheese crackers and some old fish. Red wine, candlelight by the ocean. Bag shots on the sink, bruh. Lapella top, yes, yeah, fashionista. We smoking the shisha. Learned that from a prince in Ibiza. Big money on the banner ride. Now I'm on the jet till your time flies. I still love me a hood chick, but not smoking is always understood, Chris.
love the music, and we're going to keep it right here. QMEDIA Nation.
This rap. What you talking about? Men alive, women alive. Numbers don't, but numbers can change depending on what God wants. So I
went hard to make it hard to stun. Every time I came back, I made it hard to front. I'm eating, so every day is like a restaurant. Strip keeping bills coming like every month. These niggas funny, I'm laughing while I like the kush. Ain't talking money, I keep it Kim, Reggie Bush. You should see the Kardashian, indecent exposure. All I do is flash on them, fucking dummies. All you gon' do is crash again. Send shots at they top till it's plasma thin. Bunch of schemes, you could say I'm a money fiend. This big green is straight rip a nigga skinny jeans. So keep it pushing like a nigga in a wheelchair. Cause money in my nature, boy. Right here talking, but they ain't saying nothing, man. Them niggas just frontin'. Man, they ain't doing nothing, man, cause a nigga stuntin'. They see a nigga stuntin', I can't hear him saying nothing. I'm laughing while I'm bustin', cause they ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that money, man, you ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that paper, bitch, you ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that guap, man, you ain't saying nothing. Man, you ain't saying nothing. Man, you ain't saying nothing. Gucci down, but I don't live in East Atlanta. I'm just trying to see more bills, Alabama. This time I'ma need a boat, no joke, bitch. I run through money quicker than you sing boat. And they ain't saying nothing. This is Predator, baby. You hunted or you hunting? My team black out, no joke, big dough. Every day we caught like Robo. Oh no, bitch, I keep that single like a mojo. Hoes wanna wrestle me, Scrapper be the big show. Let's go, we can take it there if you can make it here. Nike Airs, I ran through about 1,000 pairs this year. Yeah, money talk that I sister stutter. Only time you see Louis V was Banks brother. Fuck a bitch, kick out the car like Bang Brothers. Listen, baby boys, about guns and butter. Some fuck talking, but they ain't saying nothing, man. Them niggas just frontin'. Man, they ain't doing nothing, man, cause a nigga stuntin'. They see a nigga stuntin', I can't hear him saying nothing. I'm laughing while I'm puffin', cause they ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that money, man, you ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that paper, bitch, you ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that guap, man, you ain't saying nothing. Man, you ain't saying nothing. Man, you ain't saying nothing. I ain't gon' lie, every day I'm high. I'm on the way to be one of NY's favorite guys. I'm so thorough, so the G ride clean on the inside, cream on the outside. Homicide, it's the reply when my squad ride. Blood money, drug money, either way you pay the price. Gamble with your life. Go ahead, stupid, shake the dice, stupid ass bet. Time to say goodnight, night. That's right, Scrapper give you bars like the Klondike. The competition sick of me, bombing on them all night. You ain't half the block, nigga stop. Only thing you had a lot is them fucking dreadlocks. Why sit there, that's my spot. You're down to the socks, why not? From now on, you could call me Young Yacht. On my Larry Davis shit, I ain't never like the cop. When my daddy was a CEO, I ain't never like my pop. I hear him talking, but they ain't saying nothing, man. Them niggas just frontin'. Man, they ain't doing nothing, man, cause a nigga stuntin'. They see a nigga stuntin', I can't hear him saying nothing. I'm laughing while I'm puffin', cause they ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that money, man, you ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that paper, bitch, you ain't saying nothing. If it ain't about that guap, man, you ain't saying nothing. Man, you ain't saying nothing. Man, you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, watch your mouth like I told y'all, man. Stop talking if you ain't talking about nothing. You did chemotherapy was popping. Scrap.
All right, you know we went through a whole half hour. We got a lot in store for you. Of course, you know we've been blowing up on all over the Facebook. You know that all weekend. We make sure that we come out with a schedule on Sunday nights, and I'm telling you, there has been no greater love than to be connected to BootCamp Enterprises because their very own artist will be with us tonight, all the way from South Africa, making his U.S. debut appearance here on QMEDIA Nation on Blog Talk Radio. You know, I'm your hostess, Sister Falana, a.k.a. Q. I got to say the Q. Because so many people connect with me on Facebook, and they're like, well, you know, well, Q this and Q that. So I said, you know what? This Q. Q is short for clean, so I ain't mad. We're all doing what we got to do. Of course, Miss Tonier is due to be with us. If she's not with us, you know she's keeping it locked, making sure there's a lot being done behind the scenes. Our big brother, Abdul Hafiz Muhammad, I spoke with him earlier. He wanted to make sure that I gave out the shout-out from him to you. He will be with us next month. We are waiting for his return to the station. And, we played part one of his message to the black woman last week. He has part two we will be doing this week, but he also has a wonderful series that he's been doing on the woman. We're going to save it for the month of March, which is generally Women's History Month here in the U.S. So we're going to be debuting a lot of stories of women around the world and highlighting those especially in music. We always play hip-hop here, but we're open to many other genres. I've been playing the reggae. I've been playing hip-hop. The hip-hop is a mainstay. That's like our foundation. The jazz gets in there. And it wasn't until last week when I was playing Reverend Tina, who was off of Big Fez production, who will be with us Friday night. When I was playing her song, it is so much of a contemporary, I guess I would say godsend, for lack of a better term, a contemporary godsend to have good music that is just full of faith and able to reach the masses. So shout out to all those who made that particular song happen, and shout out to Big Fez who will be with us Friday night. The adrenaline is just flowing here. It was a mashup weekend. It was party central. There was things being done left, right, central. I mean, I was in different parts of New Jersey, and I don't care what they say. New Jersey still will support New York no matter what. So shout out to all my Jersey people who, they know they ain't really got a team, but they all about the team effort. So no matter whether it's the New York Jets or the New York Giants, they still play in New Jersey. So we support whoever is out there. And I'm not a big Giants fan, I have to admit, and I'm more of a Jets fan than a Giants fan, but overall I'm a Ravens everything, Ravens jewelry, Ravens everything. But shout out to the New York Giants, who did a bang up job, and of course, lending himself to the crew and really doing his job was none other than Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz is from Paterson, New Jersey. I'm telling you, I've never seen a city that has been so torn up by inner city turmoil and so many other things, and a city that doesn't usually get a shine that's in New Jersey. And it's a fairly sizable city. Well, shout out to Victor Cruz, because his whole town, he was carrying that whole city on his back. So shout out to all of those who were able to be there at the Super Bowl, who got there safely, got home safely. I know my cousin was actually able to work at the Super Bowl, so I haven't checked in with her to see what was the adrenaline of the crowd. But shout out to Indianapolis for hosting it, and of course, Mr. Manning, you got to take your hat off to one of the baddest quarterbacks that's out there right now, Eli. So I want to say for the record, we love you here at QMedia Nation, but we will shout you out if given the opportunity. So let us shout you out here, 347-426-3974. And of course, head on over to our YouTube channel and support some of the hottest indie artists hailing from around the world. You know, we got Corey Guns on there. We've got Hostile, Genesis, Invincible, Uncle Ill. Uncle Ill will be with us next week, as a matter of fact, next Monday. And David Cash, J. Cole. We just got so much. And of course, this week's lineup, you know, I've already mentioned Big Fez. You know, already mentioned Jae-Magic, who's going to be with us a little later tonight, about a little less than a half an hour. And Angels, Inc., that whole crew will be representing tonight not tonight, but on Thursday night, on the 9th, they will be representing. And we're just doing what we have to do here at QMedia Nation. It's been so much love since we've been back on the air. It's been nonstop. You know, there's telephone calls coming in all the time. And, you know, it's always amazing that no matter how much we put into the show, we can never put enough. So to everyone that's out there that's been calling and trying to get through to me personally, I want you to call into the show and big up the show. We really need more voices to be on the air along with us. because a lot of folks feel like, well, you're not giving people on the radio, maybe it's not that hot. I'm telling you, people are plugging in on the internet, and they're busy, and it's a lot of industry folks because we really support one another, especially behind the scenes. So shout out to everyone who has been paging, has been texting, and I mean paging. I don't mean in the old sense. When I say paging, I mean blowing up your text, one text after another text after another text, and it feels like back in the 90s when we used to have beepers. We had to call people back. So the phone just all day long, and for the most part, I don't answer everyone by telephone because so many times conversations take so long, and then there's another text coming through another text. So generally, I'll text you back. Our text alert line is 201-376-7063. Send me out a text. Let me know what's up. If you're sending in your work, you can do so at QMediaUSA@gmail.com. And that way I'll have a general idea of what your, if you're a designer, whatever you are in entertainment or sports or politically or whatever, we'd love to get your email so that we know more about you because you've been listening to the show, you've been plugged in, and you may know a little more about us than we know about you, but give us the opportunity to get to know you too. So there's some folks that are saying, well, just hit me up, just text me or just give me a call and let's chop it up. We don't always have the time to chop it up on the phone, but we do have modern technology to reach out to people. Email is always best because I don't feel, it's not proper etiquette to be calling people all night long. And I know in this industry, everybody says, I'm a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week person. But there are a lot of people with families, and me being a female in the industry, often if a female is calling a male, and generally it's more males in the industry that we're connecting with than females, you're calling a male at night on his cell phone in the middle of the night, and it reminds me of the commercial on TV when homeboy is down in the living room talking to his insurance agent, and the wife comes down and says, yeah, what does she look like? She sounds hideous. But I don't want to disrupt anybody's family because we have a good QMedia Nation family going. I love talking to people, but I generally tend to answer a lot of emails late at night or when I have a quick opportunity, write it down. And it's also good practice because you can always refer back to the email if there's a misunderstanding or miscommunication. I'll give you an example. Last week, I actually had someone who was scheduled to be on, and we had a little mix up in the schedule, but we were able to refer back to our email rather than a physical conversation. And in that way, I was able to clarify some things, and then we were able to really be on a good note. So shout out to all of those who have texted, who have called, who've been sending emails, and we really need you to get on the email, type a little something, and when you send your packages, I can't stress this enough. When you send your package, send everything at one time. There's nothing like going into your email and seeing 50 one-liners when it could be all 50 lines in one email, because we get a ton of emails coming in, artists who want to be booked on the show, but they're not polished enough. Their video looks like somebody was sleeping behind the camera or smoking. The shadow of their hand is in the video. I mean, really, we have to be a little bit more professional, and I have to say that because I want quality work to come from us because we're shining around the world. Again, our moniker, the livest in urban online radio, serving our listeners around the world. If we're reaching out to South Africa, we've been able to touch artists in Italy, Germany, Denmark, Japan, just so many, of course, the UK. We've been able to reach out to Caribbean, Nigeria, Ghana. There's so many places. The world is becoming a much smaller place, and therefore, if you're looking over here as a beacon of, if you look at over here as a beacon of light, you have to shine your light brightly. and we don't want any distortion, so we want to make sure that we present you in the best manner. Tonight, if you're going to be with us, you know, Millie Jackson, last week it was Full Force, and this week we're going to be featuring on Unsung TV1 network, the Unsung Story with Millie Jackson. You're going to have to really see this woman in action. She's older now, but still got the flavor. I think I told you all in a previous program that I had an opportunity to see her on the street. And I'm telling you, she was live from the moment we said hello to the moment we said so long. I didn't want to say goodbye because I definitely want to bring her to the show. So shout out to Millie Jackson and Miss Millie Jackson. I don't want to call her by her first name because we're not on first name basis. Also, in light of Black History Month, there is a story that I think that all of us need to check out in regards to the Underground Railroad. You know that the public broadcasting system always puts out great stories, and even if you differ with the story, at least it's being presented to you where you can go and find out and do your own research on certain things. So the story is about William, the William Still story, who helped a lot of folks on the Underground Railroad, and just was determined to get as many runaways as he could to Freedom's Land, and he smuggled them across the U.S. border to Canada. Bounty hunters could legally abduct former slaves living in the so-called free northern states, but under the protection of the British, Canada provided a sanctuary for fugitive slaves. So check out the William Still story, and by all means, check in. It's Black History Month, you all. Let's do some things that make sure you get on the map. With that being said, I want you all to really take this as a serious month for business as well. You know, I keep talking about Savior's Day 2012, which is in a few weeks. You can log on to www.noi.org/S as in Savior, D as in Day, 2012, www.noi.org/SD2012.org. One of the best markets for independent people. I don't care if you differ with the understanding in the Nation of Islam, but you cannot beat the numbers of people that come out at an international event where you will be seen, heard. You can have up close and direct networking opportunities for artists. If you're out there with opportunity to be around a world-class people who are all about making sure that independent people grow. I remember people used to talk about the bazaars that happened in the 70s, and these bazaars, especially in New York City, would draw thousands of people to exchange money with one another and exchange ideas, to be able to network and connect with people that after that weekend you'll come back a changed person. I know I have many times, especially last year. One of my hopes was to broadcast the show live from the convention center and be able to just talk to people and encourage them to get into online radio or whatever it is that they had, to actually just be a part of the movement. And I will tell you, you will have no better time than to do so at the Rosemont Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois, February 24th to 25th. It is the Nation of Islam's 2012 annual convention. You know that the keynote address will be given by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that Sunday afternoon. It's something that you don't want to miss. You can always log on to noi.org/webcast and see the webcast live for yourself, but also donate something to the movement, because it's not so much that people say, oh, well, you know, I don't want to give to Farrakhan. I don't want to give to Farrakhan. You know, I have to stop people there, because I have never found a more willing champion for the cause of many depressed people around the world. who is still living, who is still a champion, who is taking their time, service, and everything. And I can say, as a person who is an active member, I have never been able to say that I've been disappointed by any of the work. So when you have your shoulder to the grind, you can have a whole lot of naysayers that are standing on the outside of the field. But when you pick up your plow and you start working, you will see that your blood, sweat, and tears is really for those who are coming behind you, those who have gone before you, and those who are standing next to you. So shout out to all of those who are donating and will make a contribution so that we can continue the work of re-education, because stopping the violence in the street is one of the worst problems that we have. And we have people out there such as Dennis Muhammad, who was with us early last month, who talked about the peacekeepers and their effort in the community. But there are groups all over the world who are giving and contributing to the cause. And as we come together as a unit, we're able to take what we have and market it to the world, gain a benefit for ourselves, and thereby create a culture that is peaceful and that will continue to grow. So shout out to all of them. If you want to register, you can do so. There's a general registration of $50. You can go on to, of course, noi.org/SD2012 and register. Go on and register. Buy a ticket. Their schools, their businesses, their everything, and we're one of the businesses that support it. We're also one of the businesses that contribute. But I wanted to shout that out because time is upon us, and we have maybe about 2 weeks left, and I want to make sure to shout that out. I also wanted to shout out my brother. This is on a sad note. One of my brothers, Kareem Herzog. He is the premier person that we go to in regards to booking talent in Japan. Comes with a lot of words. He's a brother that knows both Japanese and English very well. He's fluent in both, and he texted me to ask me to give him a quote from the Quran for his mother's funeral. One, I didn't know that his mother had passed away, but to tell you the humbleness of us here in this cipher, in this realm of entertainment, we are family. And for him to have been a part of the show, and for him and I to have met a couple of times and worked together, not on a particular tour or anything, but we were in the midst of setting up some things. We're just family here. And shout out to Kareem and his family, my major condolences, and I pray that you stay focused and let God heal you the way that he needs to heal you, and that you'll be a part of us again once your strength is really there, because times like that, you do need that quiet time, you do need that reflective space. And we love you here, we support you, we'll do what we can to help and give you resources and all those kinds of things, but sometimes it just takes being quiet and getting through the moment and then coming back and getting to work. So to all of you who have been writing to me about doing tours in Japan, one of the main things I would ask that you do is really work on your career and getting established here, and then we can work on taking you elsewhere. Okay? So I just wanted to shout out Kareem, my brother Kareem Herzog, because he's going through a very, very difficult time right now. Okay, now, some other business and news. I met a very interesting man over the weekend. His name is Polo the Fur King. You all will know who Polo is. Custom design, a lot of stuff in it. Shout out to my brother Gianni, who also is a fashion designer, and he's just starting out, and he's got a lot of energy. So shout out to Gianni. And of course, tomorrow night we will be debuting new music. We usually do it on Monday. We're gonna switch it up and go to Tuesday. We have Busy, who is coming out of Life Entertainment Media's camp, Angels Inc., who's going to be with us Thursday night. We're going to debut some of their music, and of course Price, who will be with us, I believe, next month. Price is an artist coming out of a clique that's got some Canadian influence and some UK influence. So Price will be with us. And, of course, our boy who we reconnected with, who's out there in Arizona, Mendoza, David Mendoza. So he's got some cuts, and we're going to go into some music right before we bring in our guest from South Africa, who I know in the next 10 minutes will be blowing it up, blowing it up, blowing it up. And also, for my business people out there, if you want to get into advertising, by all means, send us an email to QMediaGroupUSA@gmail.com. State about business ads. We will be running the ads. You know, we reach out to 2 to 3 million people a day. So know that we are making sure that we give as much light and influence as we possibly can to the show so that you can benefit from our audience. We do have opportunities for you to get your ads on television, on major networks. So call in at 201-203-1983, or you can hit us on the email, which is QMediaGroupUSA@gmail.com. The ad packages are very, very affordable. After you saw the Super Bowl, when I read to you last week that one 30-second commercial was $3.5 million, I guarantee you ads on Q Media Nation are nowhere near $3.5 million for a 30-second spot. So shout out to my brother out there in California who is really helping us to make a lot of things possible. See what happens in the family? That's how it is here. Q Media Nation. Of course, you know, video submissions at the Indie Artist Movement at gmail.com. And I thank all of you who have been submitting your videos and who have been doing a professional job at doing so, who made sure that they didn't blow up the phone every 2 minutes, but that they made sure that they sent all of the videos, and even those who called me to make sure their work got here. I appreciate every video, every download, every song, every picture, because we are working hard to make the blog come back to life and really have a lot of artists, because I want to be able to have writers with the blog who come from various parts of the world. And although folks will say, I'm going to write. When we see the need and we have to fill it, I don't want to fill it with just air. I would like to fill it with real people. So shout out to my writers out there who want to write. You can send me a sample of your writing. You know, I've been writing for over 20 years now, writing for some of the magazines that are out there. So we're tying a lot of what we're doing into the major magazines. So the blog is where you start if you're looking for an opportunity to write for other magazines. If you have new artists that you need to have something written about, we are building a staff. And if you would like to be a part of that staff, you can reach out to me at QMediaGroupUSA@gmail.com, stating that you'd like to be a writer with the blog. The blog, if you'd like to take a look at it, is www.qmedianation.blogspot.com. Of course, we are always immediately following the show, having the rebroadcast of any of the shows. We will be taking a break in about 2 weeks, and we'll be back with you. Of course, we always take a week off so that we can make sure that people log on to shows that they've missed, because we keep putting out new stuff every single day. So there's some folks, if they don't have the time to connect with us live, they will do so by going back into the Blog Talk website and downloading a lot of the shows. And of course, some of the artists that have been on, they need to download their shows for their media kit. So shout out to everyone who's contributing to the Q Media Nation family. We want to contribute to your family and make us one family. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes with our guest, Jae-Magic, all the way from South Africa, making his debut right here. We're going to give you a little taste of his music, and then we're going to bring him right on. Jae-Magic, we love you. This is Q Media Nation here on Blog Talk Radio.
It's only getting y'all free.
At the edge of the world, I'm gonna be 6 months funny till I got it where I want it. At the edge of the world, I want in front of me. I'm taking donuts down, that's where I gotta be. Dancing at the edge of the world, I'm gonna be 6 months funny till I got it where I want it. Dancing at the edge of the world, in front of me, and I'm taking donuts down, that's where I gotta be. Look at me dancing, edge of the world. Look at me dancing, edge of the world. Dancing at the edge of the world. Be 6 months funny till I got it where I want it. Dancing at the edge of the world, in front of me, and I'm taking donuts down. That's where I gotta be. My feet don't ever touch the ground. Look at me dancing, look at me dancing. Dancing at the edge of the world, that's where I'm gonna be. 6 months funny till I got it where I want it. Dancing at the edge of the world, in front of me, I'm taking donuts down. That's where I gotta be.
Once in a lifetime, the Victor Clark collection. You will feel empowered wearing the Victor Clark collection. The best things in life comes in the Victor Clark collection. Order online today. www.victorclarkstore.com. The Victor Clark collection, the #1 clothing brand in the country, the #1 clothing brand in the world. Everybody loves Victor Clark.
Do you really want to be seen? Do you really want to be heard? Bootcamp Enterprises can get you seen and heard. Contact us today at 818-277-2021 or email us shane@bootcampenterprises.com.
Well, folks, you know it is about that time that we have our guest in the studio with us right here. We have none other than Jae-Magic. I am so excited tonight to have him with us. I know Miss Tonye is here. Miss Tonye, give a shout out, would you please?
Hello.
All right. We are just so excited to have Jae-Magic with us. He is calling us all the way from South Africa, so we got to make sure that we do his interview on time. But I wanted to make sure that you all know to call in at 347-426-3974, 347-426-3974 if you want to talk to Jae-Magic yourself, or if you want to text us, you can do so at 201-376-7063, or as always, connect with us in the QMedia group chat room at QMediaNation at group.facebook.com. Well, folks, you know we've been waiting for him for a little while. I just want to say big up to my brother over there in South Africa, Mr. Jae-Magic. How are you?
I'm very well, and yourself?
I'm all right. We are so appreciative of you coming on. And
I appreciate you for having me on the show. It's an honor to be on your show. I hear your show as well. It's great music, great stuff, and it's honestly a pleasure for me to be on.
All right. We actually had an opportunity to get your music, and I was like, shout out to South Africa. I only, I'm telling you, really, in the U.S., a lot of times they only give us The Lion King and all these other, like, very stereotypical, and I'm not saying that there's not a place for it, but to show only that and not the pop side or the hip hop side or R&B or native music is a lot. So I sincerely appreciate the fact that you've been able to open up many, 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 many doors in the minds of people here in the U.S. who may not otherwise be in touch with an artist who has the native flavor of South Africa and is willing to share it with us.
Yes, definitely. It's just that your music has to cross boundaries. You know what I mean? So that's something that I always work towards. In creating that that diversity in the music.
Mm-hmm. Now I know you're from the BootCamp Enterprises camp. Tell us really how did you get started in music and your background, the whole nine. Just give us a little bit of a history on you.
Oh well, I've been doing music for the past 6 years. Actually, from the time I was 8 years old, my dad used to put me on his lap and play the keyboard at home. Yeah, so I have a bit of history with music. My dad also an ex high school music teacher as well. So they're also very church orientated and involved in the church band in our local churches. So they're coming from a history of family that grew up in music. It's I could say that it's in my blood. You know what I mean? So,
that's right.
It's just that I decided to take it one step further and actually make a career out of in the music industry. So and I started recording my first song about 6 years ago, and it all starts with day. You start small and then you start learning and growing, and then you start improving. So it's been a very, very a long journey, but I mean nothing happens overnight as well. Everything is a learning experience, and even now I wouldn't say that I've accomplished everything that I want to, but I'm still learning and I'm still growing, and I'm just glad that I have Shane as as a mentor and a manager that's always helping me and giving me advice on the type of sound and music that people actually are looking for, or what's going to actually work. You know what I mean?
I'm on the air right now.
Hello, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. We're listening to you.
Yeah, so I mean it's been a long road, but I mean it's one step at a time, man.
No, I'm not. Well, that's good to know. We actually want to know kind of like the layout in South Africa in terms of music. Is pop music a big genre there? What's maybe the largest genre?
I wouldn't say that. Okay, a bit of history about South Africa. Okay, here we have as you are well aware, there's different languages. We have the African languages here. So the people on this side, the majority of the people here, they listen to pop music, yes, but I mean it's more like there's a language called Kwaito, where it's an African language, but people do more like house stuff, and they put on an African language on there, and that's the type of thing that the majority of the people actually listen to in South Africa. But I mean, people that don't understand that language, I mean, listen to more pop music, and then you got your old folks that listen to more of the oldies. So the South African market, it's different. I mean, it's your preference. You know what I mean? But I mean, if I had to take a drive and go into town, or hear the the taxis here and the cabs here playing the African language type of a sound. But I mean, I cannot create that type of music because I don't speak that language. You know what I mean? So it's a bit difficult here because in terms of understanding the type of music that I do, it's a bit of a challenge. But I mean, I'm always up for it.
Now, you said you started about 6 years ago in really putting out professional music.
I wouldn't say professional.
Okay.
I wouldn't say professional at that stage. I thought 6 years ago, like I said, we all start off somewhere, right? I created my first song 6 years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
it developed toward being professional.
Gotcha. Now you said your father played the keyboard, and was
And-
that the first? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And the guitar as well. So
Were those the instruments that you learned, or are you more
I actually love
singing?
keyboard.
Ah, gotcha.
I tried to learn the guitar, but I mean, it's a bit difficult holding those strings. So
Exactly. Now you've been able to go on tour around South Africa.
I did a few shows here, but I mean, South Africa is a big place, but in terms of going out, it's within the boundaries of South Africa. But I mean, you got Africa as a continent as well, which is even bigger. But I mean, like I said, the challenge right now here in South Africa is that the type of music that people listen to, it's a bit difficult for me, like creating more of an international sound to really break in South Africa, because it's more worldly music, it's more for the world. So I guess that that's where that's the actual challenge that I face right now.
Now, for those of you who don't know, now I want to shout this out. A lot of times the U.S. artists are like, oh yeah, we run the world. But they fail to realize that Africa is a continent. It is not a country. So
Yes.
you got way more land to cover. There's 53 nations or 54 at this point.
And sorry,
Mhm.
one other thing. I don't know. People, from out of Africa, always have this impression that there's zebras that walk outside.
Right. Go ahead. Talk about it. That's right.
And lions just sit outside your grass. But I mean, that's not actually the case. It's not like that at all. I mean, there are like like jungles and stuff here in Africa that are isolated parts. But I mean, in terms of zebras and elephants walking on the road, not on. There's no such a thing.
That's right. But clarify.
Buildings and cars and stuff.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, because you would get a totally different perspective when you're looking at National Geographic as opposed to MTV. That's in South Africa. MTV is there. So, I mean, I really appreciate you being on with us, and it's not only just for the value of your entertainment, but the value of culture, because culture is very expressive there, and music is, to my understanding, I've never been there, but I've had family that have traveled there and said that music is everywhere you turn. It's not just radio, it's people out dancing there, people that are expressive of their culture in clothing, in music, in hairstyles, so many things that play into the musical genres. Has that been the same for you? A lot of the influences that are there. What has been the most influential part of the culture on your music?
Oh, that's a bit of a tough one. Okay, the thing is, I mainly listen. The type of music I listen to is mainly, like international music, like like your Eminem, 50 Cent, Bruno Mars, and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that, listening or anything in South Africa actually, influenced me to make the type of music that I make, because I'm sure that I can speak for almost everybody in South Africa. There's very, a lot of people, here love hip hop. They mainly listen to, like mainly artists from America, American hip hop artists. The people that do listen to hip hop. I mean, in terms of creating music, you can't. It's only the people that make the type of music, for those people that have that. Remember, I told you about the language barrier. Then you gotta adapt to the South African market and really know what you're doing, because you are making music for people in Africa itself, and that's limited. You know what I mean? But a lot of people support you. I mean, 90% of Africa will support you, because those people are the people that actually speak the language, so they understand and they can relate to it. So when you can relate to something, I mean, it's more. Then you got your market, and it makes it so much easier. But now here on the other hand, I mean, what is separating this guy from that guy? What is separating that song from that song? So for us, it's a bit more difficult because, you know, it's an English song. It's a pop song, but I mean that's also a pop song. But what sounds so different between that song and that song?
Now that's interesting that you say that you actually have to speak to the language of the people that are purchasing your music, correct?
Yes, of course, definitely.
Now that's very interesting because I know folks will say, well, you know, it's just all about, you know, just speaking English. It's just about speaking English. But you don't know that when you actually do a song in someone else's language and learn the language, the people respect you way more and they'll remember you more if
Definitely.
you directly to them. I'm thinking about Akon and how he's been able to reconnect with the family that is in his native country and be able to not only write songs that are popular in the U.S., but also that help him make the mark over there in his country. And it's wonderful to see it because you see a bridging of cultures. You see, you know, it brings light to the fact that, like you said, they're not lions and zebras and tigers running around in their backyard. But you get to see the video from the country and you're saying, wow, okay. Now, interestingly enough, a few weeks ago, I think Ms. Tonier, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Real Housewives of Atlanta, they took a trip to South Africa. And
yeah, I saw that.
It was so, I have to apologize because it was such, some things that were said that I was like, are you seriously, like, not that culture? Like, click onto a computer and educate yourself before you say something silly. And she's like, I wasn't expecting there to be buildings. Like, really, like, are you that dense? But it's a city. It's not like people just running around naked. Like, educate yourself. And that's what we do here at QMEDIA is to make sure that the artists who come through will have a meeting place. And this is where we try to do it, is to bring various folks on the show from all over the world to really educate us on, okay, we may not be there physically to see what's going on, but as a resource, you're there, you know everyday culture, everyday life, you know how it goes. And I appreciate that fact. Now, getting back a little bit, who is the most influential person in music to you? In hip-hop, R&B, pop, whatever, and U.S. or not, who's the most influential artist to you?
I would say Eminem.
Okay. Why?
Hands down. I mean, that guy, you know, his lyrical content and, you know, his the type of music that he makes. I mean, everybody can listen to an Eminem song and just love his music. With no disrespect to other artists, you know, there's people that listen to one or two songs and say, no, that I don't like the song. But I've never ever heard a person ever complain about an Eminem song. Never. And I mean, the guy's, you know, sales and track records, I mean, speaks for itself. And that's one guy I really, you know, respect and I look up to. Is Eminem.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, is there an influential group other than the single artist? Is there an influential group that you really like?
I like quite a few groups. I'm more I wouldn't say I like different types of music as well because I mean in the type of music that you create, you can't restrict yourself to, you know, to one specific genre. You can also bring in the other genres and incorporate it in your genre. If you're getting me, you know what I mean? Like I can put a bit of rock into my music, a bit of pop rock, and just make it sound a bit different here and there. So I listen to Coldplay. I listen to Linkin Park. You know, I like I said, you know, I listen to different types of music, not necessarily a pop group or hip hop group like Black Eyed Peas. I listen to Black Eyed Peas. But I mean, I listen to everybody because if you're restricting yourself and you're not exploring your mind, then you're only developing into one specific, idea, and you're gonna always have that thing in your mind where it's gonna be constant one focused on one thing. It's not, you're not looking at the bigger picture, and that is music. Never
Now,
stop music.
you've been able to also have you dabbled into the film industry, the South African film industry as well?
Not yet, unfortunately. I'm a bit of a, actually, you can't be shy when you're in the music industry, but I mean, I'm a bit, I'm a little bit of a shy person, so I never ever approached.
Oh, okay.
I've never like approached anybody, or I've been approached once to do a slot, but I never ended up doing it. I was just like, maybe I think it's a problem on my side, but I mean, I've never gone and taken a step further and just go, putting myself out there in movies and stuff yet.
Gotcha. But is that maybe something on the back burner or something on the horizon?
Yeah, I don't know. Now, I'm sure that if I had the opportunity and the opportunity actually presented itself, I would go for it. But I'm talking like 3-4 years ago, I had the chance, but I just, I just never went ahead and got it done.
I hear you. You sound like a very modest artist to me. I mean, now, do you have a couple of videos out or any videos for your song?
Actually, we're still working on the first video with Jane. I mean, we also got a major artist on the remix of one of the singles that you play as well, Falling in Love.
Okay.
Yes, so we're really looking forward to that, and we're going to be shooting the video there soon in America, so everything is like, it's just, I'm very excited for that. That's going to be like the highlight. But I mean, I'm still putting my album together at the moment, so, it's a lot of work, I promise you, to actually, finish up one song and have it, like almost 100%. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of time. I promise you. You can't do, Mickey Mouse stuff and then.
Right. Right.
And then you're wasting your time. I mean, it's back to square one again, and I don't want to get back to square one.
I hear you. I hear you. Now, have you been? I know that you said you're doing a little bit of touring in South Africa, but have you been able to travel outside of your area to possibly tour?
Are you talking outside the country or?
Yeah, outside of the country.
No. I've never left the country.
So I know you're working on it. That much behind the scenes, I know you're working on it. So that.
Yeah, we are working on it. But like I said, in the past 6 years, there's been a lot of growth, and at this stage, I feel like now I'm ready. I mean, things work out in life for a reason. I never, thought I'd be, getting into the U.S. market. Shane's got me hooked up with places around the world, and now it's all overwhelming for me as well, because it's the first time, this is actually happening to me, and I'm just grateful. You know what I mean? We all start off somewhere in life, but if you work hard at something, anything is possible.
That's good.
So,
Now, I know that you've been working on your music and working really hard on getting a couple of singles out. One that we're going to get back into in a few minutes. The journey in terms of writing a song, where does your inspiration come from?
Well, I think it's life experiences. I'm also working with a songwriter out in England as well. Who's my assistant songwriter. He's done some brilliant work, and it's always good to work with somebody. When you know that your stuff needs to go into the level that you actually wanted to get it fine-tuned by a professional. So he basically fine-tunes everything and gets it where it needs to be. But it's based, like, if it's a love song, 90% of the time it's based on my own experiences. If it's an inspirational, song about life, it's based on my life situation. So it comes from within you. You know what I mean? You can't write something if you have no feelings for it, because music is feeling. So you gotta feel what you're doing.
Right. Now, when you wrote "Dancing on the Edge," give us what you were thinking of when you were writing that song.
it's basically, living life on the edge and being free, and that's the direction. Because straight away when you're saying dancing on the edge, you think club song and in a club and stuff. But this was more like, I'm on a tightrope, far and high above it, looking down with no safety net. It's like it's everything up there is like, you're high up, but you don't want to look down, because you might fall. But you're living life on the edge, and it's right now you're the king, you're the king of the world, but you're still not looking down. You're on top of the world. So
exactly.
I think that is the basic message, that I want to get across in a song. Like always, always keep your head up.
Right. And that seems to be one of the things that I enjoy about your music is the fact that it has like a crispness to it. It's an international flavor, but it's something that everyone can relate to. And a lot of times they'll put international artists just kind of off to themselves, off on the side, and wonder who picked them up. But when artists can cross over, and like how we talked about earlier about speaking the language of the people who you want to purchase your music and become fans, it's also important to create the music that they're used to, that they have some familiarity with. And I find that with your music specifically, it's pop, but it's like a cultural pop, which is different from U.S. pop, because U.S. pop is like that sing-songy synthesizer, a couple of auto-tunes here, and it's not that. There's something, a richness in the music that you're producing. And I like the fact that you said you collaborate with someone in the UK, correct?
Definitely.
Okay.
Of course. I mean, yeah. The thing is, with music comes feeling as well. I mean, everything has to be, you got to relate to a song. If you can't relate to a song, then it's not music. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
You can't go talk some bullshit in a song and then expect nowadays. You hear a lot of that as well. But I mean, I'm a different type of. I always like to send out a message in all of in every one of my songs. There's a song at the moment that I'm working on. It's actually a world peace song. Find it in your heart to love one another, and I just God motivated me to do a song like that, and I had to do something like that. I mean, it spoke to me, and that is something I'm actually working on as well.
That's good that you said that you bring a spiritual aspect into your music, and that it has a lot of value to you, because clearly we always talk about here how there's some music that's not going to make it past, I would say, next year. Meaning that they're always talking about they're behind, their penis, and I'm going to just be frank about it. They're talking about everything that's still going to be here when there are people here, but creating music that is going to transcend time is very important now. Like the Stevie Wonders, who have had a profound effect. I mean, you got Luther Vandross, you got Diana Ross, you got writers like Ashford and Simpson. Is there a premier songwriter that is there where you are that we may be able to connect with and have their music on as well? I know I'm a big Jonathan Butler fan. I mean, huge Jonathan Butler fan. Like, I can't tell you the first time that I had an opportunity to hear his music, I absolutely fell in love. And I see that happening with your music, with the U.S. audience here and around the world too. But is there a particular older artist and educator? Because we need to know who else is out there that we can collaborate with, that we can learn to step out of the box.
Yeah, we do have some, very talented people here, in the country. But I mean, it's always good, for like with me, I had my music assessed by Shane before he took me, and it's always I would say yes, but I mean, it's based on an outside opinion as well. You know what I mean? So there's a few people that I do know, but you guys gotta assess it for yourself. But sorry?
Yeah, no, I have people, people always call into the studio rather than calling us online. and they think that I'm going to pick up that other line, which I don't understand why people do that. They'll text me the whole time instead of getting on and asking me their question themselves. And I guarantee you, the person that's calling the studio is the same person that just texted me, how can I get a tour over in South Africa? And look, please allow me an opportunity before we go there. If you're not doing your music in the U.S. and your home base, don't think about going on a tour. Straight and simple.
Yes.
You have to take care of
you gotta get known in your backyard first before you go
Exactly.
anywhere in the world. That's basically it. I mean, with me as well, I'm now like still, trying to really establish myself in South Africa. I am established. This is my second single right now, Dancing on the Edge. That's number 1 on radio. So I'm really getting where I want to go here, because when I leave here and I go to the U.S., I want people to respect me, because they know that I've done it. I mean, if nobody knows you here, I mean, why do you want to go there? When nobody knows, that, hey, this is our home, this is our homegrown boy. I heard his song on radio. But I mean, if you don't have all that, I mean, how can you go to another place and try and take, make a statement there when in your own country? So yeah.
We always talk about that here at the show. If your family is not buying your music, they probably know something more about you than we do.
That's true.
You have to be loved by your family first, and here, QMEDIA Nation, you're a part of our family, and we so appreciate you being with us tonight. We're going to get into one of your other songs, but I wanted to, before we went into Falling in Love, basically, in terms of radio in South Africa, how supportive have they been to your music?
Actually, it's funny you say that. I was just about to tell you something. You're the first person that actually had Falling in Love before it hit radio.
Get out of here.
I'm serious.
Okay.
Because at that point, they were still busy with Dancing on Edge. Now, we were busy with the remix of Falling in Love, and then we were like, should we send the remix or one time or send the original? Then people were asking for the original here, and Shane just sent through this song, I think about 2 weeks ago, to the program manager who actually requested the song. So everything is now sorted. But I mean, just they want like this song, they want that song. I mean, so it's very 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 difficult. You can't send all your stuff to radio. You know what I mean? You got to be very selective of what you send to them.
Well, we love it. I wanted to get into it because we actually were playing it a few times, and we had requests to play it again. So sometimes if you get certain songs that touch a chord in some folks and say, could you play that song again? And because we can push the control button, we do play songs back to back that people really are involved with, because obviously, like I said earlier, your song resonates with the audience that we reach out to, and they're really, really receptive to your style. Not just because you say South African artist, but because it has a crispness and a cultural richness to it that hands down really touches a lot of folks. So I want to get into Falling in Love, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes, everyone.
Okay.
We're here with Miss Tonye and Sister Falana, a.k.a. Q. We have in the studio with us via telephone all the way from South Africa. It is our brother Jae-Magic. Miss Tonye, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right?
We'll be right back.
I took to text you, but I just can't relax. I count the seconds till I get something back. I check your Facebook, your status is attached. Can we update it so I know where we're at? You got me tripping on my words when I'm talking to you. You got me dipping on my glass when I'm trying to be cool. My breath is getting shorter, got me treading water. I just can't ignore. what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Oh, 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 I saw your number, but I can read it back. Replay your voicemail and crazy stuff like that. This love obsession is not the way I act. I'm taking pictures, the father on my map. You got me tripping on my words when I'm talking to you. You got me sipping on my glass when I'm trying to be cool. My breath is getting shorter, got me treading water. I just can't ignore you. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Oh, 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 Gotten into something I don't understand. Trying to move my feet, but I'm in quicksand. Now I'm in deep and it's out of my hands. Is this what they mean when they say you're in love, 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 love? Say you're in love, 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 love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love. Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Is this what it feels like? Falling in love.
All right, you are hearing it first here on QMedia Nation Radio. Falling in Love with Jae-Magic. I'm telling you, I totally see that for like some car commercial or, you know, like all this new stuff. It's such a lovely crossover song, Miss Kanye. I've had this song for a little bit, and I think the first night that I loaded the song, I think I listened to it at least 10 times. Because it's just got that dance flavor to it that really, I don't know, I'm just into the dance stuff.
It's that get up in the morning, get up and go in the morning song, you know?
Yeah. So I'm back with you all. This is Jae-Magic hailing from South Africa to the world. You know, we are the livest in urban online radio, serving our listeners around the world. You are plugged in between New Jersey, South Africa, and shout out to your specific town. It's not South Africa, it's just South Africa, but there are different areas, towns, everything that is there. Shout out to town for us, Jay. Jay, you still with us? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's the line is a bit bad.
Okay. I wanted you to shout out the particular area where you're from. I know South Africa is a big country, but there are cities and townships and things.
Yep. Okay. I'm actually from a place called KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, in a town called Potchefstroom. So I'd like to shout out to all my people, I know that are behind me, you know, in my area and throughout South Africa as well. Appreciate you guys' support, and you know.
Now,
I'll tune in from here because it's like I'll tell you now, it's about 2:30 here in South Africa at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What's the time difference?
I mean, like, I don't think people would be up here now, unless it's a weekend.
It's 2:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning there.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm used to that whole because it's about 7:30 in the morning in Japan, and sometimes they log on live, and there are other times when that's why we decided to go online, because there are a lot of people that tune into the show when we're not live, so that they can go on at their convenience and have it on demand. So I sincerely appreciate you taking the time. I don't want to
No, it's fine.
all your time. It's like 2:30.
My pleasure.
But now, I know that you've got your album coming out. You've
Yep.
got a video coming up. What other projects do you see in the works for yourself down the line?
I basically want to get my hands into almost everything. I'd like, my music eventually to end up, like on perhaps movies, music for movies. I mean, there's different types of things, but basically I just want to get my hands into everything. Yeah, so it's just basically expanding and seeing where it takes me.
That's good. Now, do you have other artists that are in the area where you are that you are also helping to springboard their careers as well?
Yeah, I mean, if I have a contact and I know, I can help this person. I mean, not everybody today is willing to lend a helping hand. I've done that firsthand. I mean, I had a friend of mine that was out in the music industry, and this person, could have said, let me hook you up with so and so to see what they can do for you. But I mean, I had to do everything on my own. And with me, I'm a different person. I'm a Christian. I mean, I was always taught and brought to lend a helping hand to other people, and especially like friends of mine who I know that the songs sound like they got a lot of potential. I help them get on the radio and stuff. So I said, yeah, if they need any advice, especially on I'm gonna be very honest as well. If I think something doesn't sound up to standard, I'll tell them.
Definitely.
It all starts there at that point. I mean, when you want to hear what you want to hear about your music, you'll never ever grow.
Wow, that's right. We can't put out garbage and expect to get everything in the world. So shout out to you. I don't want to keep you too much past your time being up because I realize that it is early in the morning. But I wanted to make sure that the audience kind of gets an introductory view of you, your music, the lay of the land where you are, and really help a lot of independent artists get their start in the U.S. by whatever way that we can, facilitate that. We'd love to have you back whenever you're ready to come. Even if we have to make a special time and make the U.S. people on demand, if you want to do it at 7:30 at night and we get up early, we don't mind. We always try to make it convenient.
No, it's cool. It's fine.
Good. Now, in terms of family, how connected is your family into your career?
Oh, they're supportive of me, but there's always, when I first started, it wasn't like wasting my time or stuff like that. But I heard it, I said, yeah, okay, and I just carried on doing what I was doing. But I just didn't want to speak about it until it goes to the extent that I want it to be, because it's gonna be like you wasting your time, and I've heard a lot about that, especially from my parents as well. What is it doing for you? But then when things really started happening and I started going big on radio, I think that is when I started convincing them that I was doing something that that is worthwhile and that I can actually pursue. So I'm sure most of the artists as well can relate. Your parents will always be like that. You know what I mean? When you're first starting out, you're honestly alone. You're honestly alone. And until they can see that you're not wasting your time is when you actually start believing in you and support you.
I know when I walked in the house with all this radio equipment, my mother's thinking, where are you going with that?
Exactly.
And here it is, 2.5 years later, and she's still saying, when are you going to move that stuff? I have to say that because Miss Tonya and I grew up together, and we've always had lofty ideals. I don't know. We've been friends for over 40 years, and that means we're both 26. No, I'm just kidding. But,
absolutely.
but I feel 26 every day, But it's like when you develop a passion for something and your family sees it, they go, "Where's this nut going?" And they see you develop, they see you grow, and you're still thinking, "Where's this nut going?" But then when they see the finished product and they see that you're really you're really out there and doing your thing, I find that I've gotten a lot of help from folks that I least expected to be blessed to have, and it's very good that you said your spiritual background and your upbringing, and on a religious note, as a good Christian, having that as a foundation really establishes you as an artist. Have you found that the influence that your religious life has been a profound effect on your career?
Yep, definitely. I mean, it did play a huge part of my life as well. Even my religion, always I'm a very, very strong Christian. So
that's good. Now, is there a large part of your congregation that supports a lot of the music and like purchases your music and really spreads the message for you?
Yeah, I guess when people start hearing my stuff, I mean, there's always a demand for something. You know what I mean? So they automatically latch on, especially the love songs. I mean, there's a lot of people that have a lot of my love songs and that went out and got it. But I mean, it's different types of songs. Will relate to different people. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Now, do you see yourself in the future going into ministry and taking your music career in that particular direction where it only speaks about, spirituality?
I would like to. I would like to see myself there eventually. But I mean, like there is, there's a huge demand as well for, Christian music as well. So, just that your target market is another thing, but no, I just want to stick to what I want to do and what I know right now.
Right. Because there's so many artists that have taken that journey. I know one artist that stays in and out of it. I mean, background-wise, I know Patti LaBelle has done a lot of things in popular music as well as R&B. She's done some rock, but a lot of gospel too. Regina Bell, family friend, Miss Tony Regina Bell, who's also going from R&B and jazz into gospel, and now gospel is a huge market.
The thing is, I know there's one group, a gospel group in South Africa, that people, I wouldn't say South Africa, I mean, the one group that people in South Africa really, listen to in the United States is Hillsong. They're quite popular here. I mean, when people automatically think Christian songs, first name that comes to mind is Hillsongs.
Really? You've got to tell us about that one day. We want to make sure that folks, if you're texting me on Facebook, you can always log on. We're on live. It is 347-426-3974. Of course, the shout out is www.blogtalkradio.com/QMedia Nation. If you're on the Facebook chat room, by all means, ask your questions. When you ask Jae-Magic, he's here in the studio via telephone. Please be respectful because it is now about 2:45 in the morning where he is. So we so appreciate you taking the time to get up in the middle of the night to give us an interview. And we so look forward to you coming through again. Are there any last words that you wanted to say to us tonight in preparation for us to get your full album debut here on QMEDIA Nation?
I'm just about done with my album. I've got like 4 songs left to record, and I'll be done. But the foundation for those songs are complete, and I look forward to sending you guys more music as well. But thank you guys so much for having me and wanting me on the show. I really, really appreciate it, and you guys are very friendly, and it was actually my first time doing an interview in the United States on radio.
Wow.
I'm just
Great.
grateful for the opportunity. So I just wanted to thank you, and thank you whoever's listening, to all the listeners. I hope that I said something throughout my interview that probably you listened to and that you took in and that inspired you in some way. But I mean, thank you all as well for listening and taking the time to tune in to QMEDIA Nation.
Absolutely. And shout out to all of the family out there in South Africa, and especially to you and your family, as we are connecting now. Back to you, back to the motherland and the whole nine. We love you. Please, please, please be well. Always keep God first and know that this is your family.
No, I'd also like to send a shout out to the BootCamp family as well, to everyone out at BootCamp.
BootCamp, I love them.
Yep, they've supported me a lot, and I mean, Shane has done a lot for me, and it's really, growing me and helping me, and I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for him, and I'd just like to send a special thank you to him as well, and everybody out at the BootCamp family.
Absolutely. Ms. Tonya, is there anything that you wanted to say to Jae-Magic before he exits the show?
Thank you. Thank you very much. And it's our pleasure to have you on. Honored to be the first to interview you. And we learned so much from you, and we wish you the best in your career.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and thank you once again for having me on the show as well. I really appreciate it.
All right. Well, everyone, we were just joined by the man himself, Jae-Magic, hailing to us from South Africa. If you missed most of the show tonight, you by far cannot miss it again. And you can always check back on demand, www.blogtalkradio.com/QMedia Nation. You know we love to do this every night from 6 to 8 p.m. with our able-bodied co-host. And, of course, I always say we're all co-hosts here. Nobody is just a host. And Ms. Sonia, I had a person say to me when they were doing a flyer, well, who's the host or who's the co-host? I said, we're all co-hosts. And he kept saying, no, but you didn't understand my question. I said, no, you didn't understand my answer.
I love you.
We love just supporting one another. We love, if we weren't sisters, I guarantee you, we wouldn't be able to get this done. So I am appreciative of everything you gave your mom. A wonderful shout out on the show. I don't know if you had a chance to log on and listen to that, but we so appreciate your mother. And you weren't on live with us when we did it, so I want to give her a belated spiritual birthday shout out. Shout out to your mom.
Thank you.
She lives in all of us.
Yes, and she's very, very, very missed in throughout the family and state to state. You know that.
Right.
That's a shout out.
Now, Miss Tonya, I had an opportunity to speak to Brother Hafiz. He may be listening in right now by computer, so shout out to him. But he will be back with us in March. He's getting ready to go out there and hit the pavement in Chicago in a couple of weeks. So shout out to Brother Hafiz, who is also a co-host here. Mm-hmm. Our relationship consultant, and we will have part 2 of his lecture on Wednesday night. Now, tomorrow night we'll be debuting some new music and be able to just go through some news, reviews, and interviews and that kind of thing tomorrow night. So any news you want to bring to the show, by all means, we'll have it all ready for you all tonight. Again, if you want to call in, it's 347-426-3974. We got the last 8 minutes of the program. Ms. Sonia, if you have any parting words for tonight, please do so.
Shout out to the team. You know I have to do that.
Shout out to who?
New York Giants.
Who? No. No, I'm just messing with you. We did like a whole half hour at the beginning of the show. Shout out to New York. Yes, I am still a hater, but I still could be a player. So I'm not a New York Giants fan. I'm a Ravens fan, and I know, shout out to the New York Giants, though, because I'm telling you, those brothers played hard yesterday. And I didn't see the game because we were stuck doing something else and getting ready for tonight. But shout out to the New York Giants. Shout out to Patterson's own Victor Cruz, because he did his job, put Jersey on his back, put Patterson on his neck, Jersey on his back, and kept it moving into history. So shout out to the New York Giants. One love to everyone. Miss Tonya,
I miss you.
I miss you too. We're going to do this tomorrow night. And of course, Shane and all his family, to Carmen. I got to give a shout out to Carmen, because I'm telling you, she's got to be the livest spouse that works with us in the industry. Yes, I've recruited her as part of this too. So shout out to Shane and his family. He's been totally supportive. I can never think of one night that he's missed. And the same thing to Miss Tony. I can't think of a night that she's missed in being with us in the time that we've been on and have been live. And although you may hear my voice primarily, I guarantee you there are about 10 to 15 and 20 to 30 to 50 to 100, 150, so forth and so on voices that are out there that contribute to the show. I'm serious. I get emails from all over the place, people that don't have time to actually speak, but they send me information, send me news, send me music, send me bios, send me videos, all kinds of things. And so I can never be ungrateful to the folks who make QMEDIA Nation what it is. So shout out to everyone who is making the effort to be here with us. We are your source for independent thought, politics, money, music, and life. And with that having been said, I want you all to shine as John Legend takes us out for tonight. Peace, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night, 6 to 8 p.m. weeknights, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the East Coast, and of course on the West Coast, it's 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. every day. Keep it locked, QMEDIA Nation on Blog Talk Radio.
They wait to plead their case, unknown cast aside. I'd love to see their face. Can we spare the light? Are we afraid to see them prisoners of history? These beautiful minds trapped inside, bring them back to life. Let them shine, let them shine on, let them shine, let them shine on. So dark, but I see sparks. If we don't snuff them out, we've gotta let them flame, let them speak their name, let them reach up to the clouds.